Can you transform an old bike to modern geometry? Let's find out. So I bought this old Commencal frame from 2008. It's size medium, but it will be perfect for small rider. The frame looked a bit rough, but there wasn't any cracks on the frame. After hours of sanding and prepping, the frame was ready for base coat. More sanding to smooth it out. It was time to add the white base color. And top of that with a golden flake flame. After a couple of clear coats, the frame started to look really nice. But it needed still more sanding and clear coats. I used the same gold flake color on the fork lowers. Nice effect because it turns the black to gold. It was time to build the frame back together. The original bearings was on good shape, so I only needed to replace 2 bearings. The frame has designed it to be like bomb-proof with double bearings. I was amazed in how good shape those bearings were. I used the offset bushings to make the bottom bracket lower, and it will slacken the head angle too, with 1 degree. When installing the rear shock, I noticed that I had put the bushings wrong way, so I flipped them. I also did a full service on the rear shock. So, now's the time to get the wheels rolling. Old but good looking Sunringle 26 wheels with Shimano 10-speed cassette. Tires are Swalwey's Magic Marys. Imagine this with white porcupines. Hayes 203mm rotors. It's my wife's bike, so she was building it with me. Just to know which part goes from where. Time to put the bottom bracket and the crankset. The crank was from my old bike, which I painted with golden flake also. Shimano Z rear mech will handle the downhill duties. On the head tube there's 2 angle sets, slackening the head angle with 2 degrees. With slackened head angle, it is possible to use bigger wheels if needed. The fork is 200mm Boxer. I did full service on it. And of course top cap, to show there's something fishy going on. Or is there? We'll find it out. I painted the handlebar and the stem with golden flake also. It leaves the white logo untouched. Time to put the brakes on. We used foam grips to prevent the hand soreness, and she likes to ride with foam grips. Time to put the cables on. I decided to go with outer frame cabling on this bike because it's a downhill bike and it's easier to service. The chainstay on this bike is adjustable, if you are wondering the weird looking rear end mech. Damn, these things are easy to bleed and work with. And these will stop the small rider pretty quickly. So of course, white cables to match the frame. With white zip ties. Old school, but still, they work. Cutting a bit from the seat post, because the casing was really short. The saddle is white before the first ride. Time to put the seat post on, with a golden clamp, of course. I made custom Commencal decals to spice it up just a bit. So, let's wrap this thing up! So does these numbers look familiar? The head angle has slackened from 66 to 63.5 with nice low bottom bracket. Of course with 26 wheels, but you could use bigger wheels on this frame. So what do you think how this came up?